So let's get into setup. I learned how to properly set up my IMDb Pro profile when I was interning for a network TV show in the casting office. The more that I had to look up actors and I started to recognize how big name actors had their pages set up, but also recognizing what was important for the casting director when we were looking up actors. And that's why you see that my profile is fully filled out. So let's get into step one. Step one is photos. That's really, that's like the main portion of, well, aside from credits, but photos are important. And so you can list headshots, you can list red carpet events, behind the scenes events. My favorite are screen grabs, but I'll get into that in a second. So with photos, you want to upload high quality headshots that you probably use in auditions. And the one thing I have to just stress that's really important is avoid overloading your profile with too many similar headshots, especially the ones where I see some people and they'll have like 20 to 30 headshots and they're pretty much all the same except the outfits have changed. We're not doing that. We're creating a story and we're trying to make this look like a press kit. So all you need to really upload is like 3, 4, 5, maybe headshots, because really what you're going to do is you're going to fill this page with still screenshots. And so you can see here on my page that most of my featured photos are still photos with me and the series regular or the star of the show. Before I get into that, this is not about flexing. This is really about letting a casting director know that I know how to work opposite the big name star, and I'm not going to fangirl out or not be able to do my work because I'm nervous. So this is really more about that. But if you're wondering how I get the screenshots, basically, once it airs, I will play it on my phone and then I'll pause it. Make sure that you get it as crisp as possible. You don't want a blurry photo, and also make sure everybody looks good. And then I'll just screenshot it. And so I'll use that photo and upload it. And I'll also be sure to add like the production or the network name in the copyright, just so I'm giving credit where credit's due. I'm not trying to say that I own this photo. I'm just trying to let y'all see that I've done this show and I can work opposite these types of people. And also, if you look at my headshots, I also credit the photographer as well. And if they own the copyright, I'll list their name in the copyright because it's helpful for press. Now, step 2 is uploading reels. All right, y'all. In this day and age, in this day and digital age, if you don't have a reel, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Because as every casting director will tell you, you've got a camera in your back pocket. So even if you don't have something that's professional, that's okay. You can use a well-shot monologue. If you want to add some production value, like in your home or maybe at school or something, do that. Or if you have a really great self-tape that you like, that you feel like maybe got you some work or whatever, you can use that as well. You can use either of those things to get you by until you start producing or start getting on actual professional productions, because everybody knows that everyone has to start somewhere, but you have to have something. And just be sure that whatever you use, it shows off your best work and we can hear you and see you and it's well lit. Now, if you look at mine, you see that I have a drama reel, a comedy reel, a singing reel, and my sketch characters. All of my sketch characters are self-produced and I filmed them in my house. So if you're really good with creating content, or if you know someone who does that, you might want to write something and do it, film that yourself, and then you'll have like a nice little piece of footage. Step 3 is contact and representation. Okay, everything that I'm saying here is very important, but it is crazy if you don't have an email address listed on your profile. So when I was interning for that casting office, there were so many people that we had to forego bringing in because they didn't have an agent, or at least they didn't have their agent listed, connected to their profile, and they didn't have any contact information. And in those times where I could at least try to Google people, if I went to like their website, they wouldn't have contact information there. So anything where you have a public-facing profile on the internet, even if that's casting networks, Actors Access, always at the very least put your email and the email that you use often. Not like some email that you hardly use because you're like, oh, I don't want people to contact me, these strangers. Listen, email is safe. They don't know where you live. A phone number, I can understand. But you have to have an email because the main thing that we're trying to do as actors, aside from being good at our craft, is being findable. So put an email on your IMDb Pro profile. And also, if you do have an agent, be sure to connect your agent on your profile and connect your agent, the agency, and your prospective agent. That way, casting directors and whoever's trying to find you to give you legitimate opportunities have two ways to find you. Step 4, credits and filmography. So you can expect pretty much any production that you work on is going to list your credit for you. However, they don't always do that. And I've been finding lately, for whatever reason, that when I book co-stars, their production's not adding them for me. But that's okay, because you can add your own credit manually. So before we get to the manual part, adding it manually, I want you to be sure that you look at all your credits and make sure that everything is accurate. Now, if you just worked the show yesterday, it's not going to be on IMDb until it gets close to airing, and you definitely should not add your credit until after it's made public, because if you add your credit, you could be breaching your NDA, which is usually in your contract, whether you know that or not, and you don't want the legal liability. You don't want the legal smoke, right? So let's stay away. Let's just wait until it airs, and you can always reach out to production and ask them to help you with the information. But I'm going to show you how to add your credit manually. So go to the IMDb profile of the television show or the film. I'm going to choose television because we have to choose the season and the episode. And once you do that, you click Edit Page, you click Cast and Crew, and then you click Add Cast, and you want to type in the exact billing of the role you played that's listed on your contract. Because if your information is wrong, IMDb is probably going to deny it, but if they push it through, they may list it as uncredited, which kind of devalues your credit. So just be accurate so that you can get your proper credit. Since we're talking about credits, this section here allows you to feature the shows or the films that you've been on. You can do that manually yourself, or you can let IMDb choose it. You see I have NCIS listed as my first one. I shot that back in 2015, but the show was still on, and it's like a really credible show, and I had 2 episodes, so it's kind of like a recurring. I'm not sure if you can leave them vacant or just forego it altogether if you don't have shows or films that you want to credit yet, but you can figure that out on your part. And then also let's come down here to this About section. It's kind of like a resume that you can fill in. So you can list other performances, like maybe you've done theater. I also list training. You can also add credentials like awards and accolades. Also, you can add your education. List any schools you attended for your craft or classes that you took that have a specific skill set like improv. You can see here that I added a 1-year UCLA program that I did, and also Second City here. Now, step 5 is your bio. This is the section where you get to create your narrative. You get to tell them who you are professionally. You can share your background, career highlights, your skills. This is your chance to show a bit of your personality, all while staying professional. And then step 6, you can add a vanity URL. So instead of this long string of letters and numbers that they give you, you can create your own URL, which is imdb.me/your name. You can use that in your email signature, postcards, any marketing material that you want to put out, your website. It's just great to have, and it's so clean and professional looking. Make sure you use high quality headshots. Make sure that all of your credits are added and up to date. Add a demo reel. Keep that updated as you get new credits, and then make sure that you have contact information and that your representative is listed. And as your career evolves and as we get older, be sure to add new headshots and new accolades, and just keep your growth current on your profile. I hope this information has been helpful in helping you to understand the importance of IMDb Pro, why you need it, and how to set it up. That's it for this episode. Make sure you check out Acting Lessons Learned, the podcast. Watch this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.